I'd say one of the best things I brought with me from home was a drying rack. I know that's not something that's normally on a lot of lists, but my roommates and I use it all the time because if the dryer's full or if there's something you don't want to put in the dryer, it really comes in handy.
I think the best thing for when it's warm out was either a blanket to actually sit down in the grass if all the chairs are taken, or like when it's like they don't have the chairs and it's still nice out.
I brought a lot of pictures to campus just so I could be closer to home and just have that sentimental value with me.
The best thing I brought is probably my toolbox. Surprisingly, I use my toolbox a lot to fix things or unscrew things, surprisingly, and then a professor usually asks me to unscrew things in class, so that was very helpful.
My laptop, because it has everything on it and I could not survive without it.
Advice for moving into the dorm for the first time, I would say most likely try not to bring too much stuff because then you'll have all that stuff in your room, and then when you move back, you gotta move all that back, and don't bring a U-Haul of stuff. You don't need that much stuff for such a tiny room.
Try and move in at a little bit of a different time than your roommates just so you're not all in the same space at once. And make sure you don't overpack as well. I know it's easy to think you need everything, but really you don't.
Overall, just connecting with your neighbors, getting to know them, because honestly, it's just a lot more easy.
Definitely bring some things you have from your bedroom at home so it can feel more like home and make that adjusting period easier.
A tip for living with your roommate as a freshman is you're going to have to learn how to compromise because not everybody's going to be exactly the same. So just being patient with them.
Just kind of try and be as compatible as you can. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Just don't have anxiety about that.
Definitely get to know your roommate and make a good relationship with them because you'll be spending a lot of time with them.
Definitely decide how you're gonna clean stuff and make sure to get to know them, because if you're not gonna enjoy living with them, it kind of makes it hard for the 2 semesters.
I would say make sure you're open to compromise because you're not going to like everything the same way, and there's going to be times when you have conflict, but make sure you're open about it and you talk everything out so you're not building up anger against that person.
Kind of talk to them when you meet them to kind of get to know each other and see how your personalities interact with each other.
Make sure that you guys bond very well, and if something's wrong, communicate with them. Communication is key living with roommates because there's so many different people living at a time, and then you probably won't link with them so quickly. Try to bond through bond nights.
Definitely board games, get to do icebreakers, get to know them. It's really awkward at first, but once you get to know them and get to know things about them, it's very fun.
It's an adjustment, but you just have to set a couple boundaries with each other and then it'll work out.